the boss.
Can you say that again?
Nope.
Welcome to Unbuzzed at Bedtime with Michelle and
Wendy.
My name's Michelle. I am a recovering alcoholic and addict with 161 days of sobriety today. This is the time of the evening where we're all over it. The kids get bedtime snack and are sent to go watch TV for a few minutes before bedtime. And we use this time to have some adult conversation without little ears around.
Absolutely.
We treasure this time.
We do.
Sometimes we are counting down the seconds until this time.
Even though it's excessively hot in here tonight.
It really is.
This is the only room in the house that's not temperature controlled, so that should be fun in the winter as well.
We'll figure it out.
It's fine.
I mean, maybe the playroom can be converted because we can't use that appropriately, so.
That's true.
Anyway, what did you want to discuss this evening?
Well, it's been a while. I don't know, was it?
It was 155 days the last time we did a podcast.
So it was 6 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
I feel like we have had several conversations about how your brain is doing.
It's not good.
It's not. Seems like a good topic.
All right.
Not a cheery topic.
It is not cheery. It's a little heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to figure out what exactly I mean by heavy, because I feel like I use that term a lot.
We do say that a lot.
And maybe it means different things at different times, but just more emotionally taxing, maybe? Yeah.
Not quite as light as the rest of our life.
It's not always fun and glitter and rainbows, but
Can we start with light as to why we're starting
Sure.
this 11 minutes later than we wanted to?
oh yeah, we can start with light.
Okay, yeah. So our one child, that if there's something weird that's going to happen to a child, it's that child.
He's been featured on the podcast, actually.
You've met said child.
Jordan.
He, we'll start with earlier today, has been getting some readings of some high blood pressure. And we're trying to figure out if that's just because he's nervous when he's at the doctor's office, although we've done readings here, and it's here as well. So we're just trying to figure out if it's consistent across the board, time of day, doesn't matter, and then what to do with it if it continues. So he has this appointment today. He goes and he gets this 24-hour blood pressure monitor. So it's just a regular old blood pressure cuff. We didn't know what to expect because neither of us have ever seen one. And then it just, loops up and around. For most people, it goes under the shirt. But he wanted to make sure that everybody at school, bus stop, neighborhood, store, wherever we might be for the next 24 hours, sees this. And then it attaches to a little phone-looking device in the pocket.
Yep.
Fine. He was instructed to just be still when it goes off, which is 3 times an hour, every 20 minutes. Okay. So his version of still is a
Tin
robot?
Man? Tin Man.
Yeah, exactly.
That needs the oral crown.
So I take Bella to work, okay, and I know Jordan had asked to play outside when I was leaving. And I come back, and I pull into the driveway, and I see frozen
Tin Man in need of oil.
Not even blinking. And I was like,
Are we okay? Are we having seizures?
yeah, you're right. Not good. So I paused just a minute. And then obviously it did its thing because he can feel it. And now he's reported that he can hear it on the little monitor.
Okay.
Kind of do the beeping down almost. And then he just goes back to like normal. And I was like, I meant to look to see if we've got a video of that on the camera, but priceless. Anyway, so we've got that going on for Jordan.
Yes.
Then he comes in and reports that his ear hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we haven't heard anything about an earache. Not really his jam.
No.
Doesn't have a lot of ear infections or earaches. So you look in it. Seemed like maybe he had agitated it by putting his finger in there. Just nothing.
He had just gotten done screaming.
Right, about
he
something
had like
else.
a fit.
Yeah.
And when he has those fits and we're trying to talk to him, sometimes he puts his fingers in his ears. So I was like, did you put your finger in your ears? He said no, but he was kind of in a space where I didn't really know if that was true or not. And there was like a little tiny bit of blood in his ear canal. So it's not like his eardrum looks fine. So it's like not infected, but clearly irritated. Didn't see anything else.
Eat dinner, send him back outside, playing. Getting ready for bed tonight. Right before this, we're ready to come down here. My ear still really hurts. Can you look at it again? And then I hear, babe, can you come here? And I was like, no. No, I can't.
Some assistance.
No, I cannot. And then she's got him on the floor, blood pressure monitors up and around, And she's holding the scope.
Otoscope.
Otoscope, yeah, of course. And it has this tool, and I was like, oh no. She said, look in here. And we've tried this before. I can never see anything that you see.
She needs her readers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's like, can't you see the wings? I'm like, no.
It's a freaking gnat.
Can't be. We just had this discussion yesterday because we were out playing Frisbee with them, and they're flying everywhere. And you're super paranoid because of my best friend.
Mm-hmm. She had a moth in her ear.
And that led to
hell to the no.
a 2-day debacle for her. I believe that had to get
surgically removed,
handled
didn't it?
in the doctor's office, emergency, wherever. And so we've had this fear
of things flying in ears.
I took a picture and texted her immediately and was like, any guesses? She knew where I was going with that. Anyway, so we've got it out, and now here we are. So that's our lighter portion of the day.
Yeah, just had to... Why can't I get paid for that shit? Like surgical removal of foreign body.
But I just was thinking, like, if this is really stuck, am I going to have to take him in somewhere? And we've got this get-up on. And then the reading comes back, right? And it's high from 8 p.m. until God just knows when we would leave, like, an urgent care or an ER at 1 a.m. And he's been at, 200 over 150 for 5 hours. And just like, never mind, forget it. We'll try it again. Thankfully, it was... It was very deep.
It wasn't, and it was able to be dislodged intact, I think. It's kind of tiny, but yeah, full on gnat in the ear. Super cool. But I told you I was paranoid yesterday about a gnat getting stuck in my ear.
I thought it was a little dramatic, and now
here we are. I had to remove one, and you can't see in my ear.
I can't. There's no way.
Yeah. I need one of the things there's like a camera on your phone. And you can we should probably invest in one of those around here. So that was our
adventure.
Detour. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the lighter portion.
Mm-hmm.
The heavier portion. My brain hasn't been doing so hot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to start there.
Well, you described it to me when we were walking this evening, where it's frustrating, hard, deceiving, that if you take the substance away from an addict, all the substances, you're not magically fixed, and how just hard that is, because there's many diseases that people have where if you can get rid of the thing, so if they have a cancer that can be removed fully or treated fully,
an infection treated, it's gone.
A leg
amputated,
broken, fixed, like it's just maybe it's a long-term treatment, but in the end maybe it's gone. And you've removed substances now for 161 days and your brain is not better.
Yeah. And maybe it's naive to think that it would be better at this point. I mean, in some ways I feel a lot better. In other ways I feel a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like a hopelessness that goes along with knowing like you can't just remove the substance because the problem is with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm the problem.
Mm-hmm.
My brain is the problem and I can't get away from that. So
mm-hmm.
that's daunting
Mm-hmm.
and kind of breeds a little bit of sense of hopelessness.
Mm-hmm.
I also think we were talking about like so much of it is subconscious
Mm-hmm.
that I don't even recognize that I'm doing things. It's all hindsight. Like, oh, right now I'm struggling with like eating a lot more than I typically would. And I've had gastric bypass. I've been extremely overweight. I'm terrified of gaining weight. Like I've struggled with
Mm-hmm.
weight and eating the majority of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been something that's it takes up a lot of space in my brain. And so I find myself eating kind of mindlessly.
Yeah.
Because it like gives me I'm thinking it's like a theory. It's a dopamine release. You
Mm-hmm.
eat a food that you like and you release dopamine, and you take a substance, you release
Mm-hmm.
it's the dopamine cycle of seeking and getting rewarded for behavior. And am I filling that with food? Is that a medication side effect? Is it stress in general? Like, I don't know. I struggle with shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I've gone overboard now, but I've gone overboard in the past, and
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of put some, like, I don't know, safety nets in place that,
Sure.
like, if I'm online shopping, I just, like, add to cart,
Uh-huh.
add to cart, and hopefully that fills my cup enough that I just leave it in the cart and I don't have to check out and actually have the stuff. I just
Mhm.
like to really window shop, if you will.
Because then I sign on.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm
yeah, we
like-
share an Amazon account.
Mhm, which she doesn't love.
I don't love it, no.
Yeah. But I sign on and then I just like remove from cart.
Because you've learned.
Yeah. I learned the hard way. So the cart one time had several items and I just didn't question it. And I added whatever it was that I was getting on to order. And then I just hit boop, go. And then it all arrived and you were like, I was just putting that in the cart. And I was like, for what? Like I had, what one usually puts it in the cart to then
buy
purchase it.
No.
So now I know. Now if it's in the cart, I say, do you need the black pens that are in the cart? No. Oh, because there's 7,000 of them here. Yeah. Okay, we'll remove those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you check in first.
Yeah.
You know?
Or I just hit save for later. I
Yeah.
think it is. And then you can deal with that later. And I just order whatever I need to and get that back up. Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like I've found myself browsing more,
Mhm.
but the eating thing is weighing on me for sure. And I don't know if it's like the time of year.
Well, and wondering if it's the meds, that's also a hard piece to this puzzle because maybe aside from the addictive behaviors that you're feeling right now, you're doing well-ish overall, seemingly. That face tells me there's stuff I don't know. Cool. But
if we're talking about like suicidal ideation,
right,
that I was having a lot while driving,
mm-hmm.
no, I haven't been experiencing that with the frequency and intensity that I was. Having zero thoughts like that, that's probably not true.
Fair. But the idea of changing meds around is scary also, right? Because it feels like you've done better on what you're on, but then knowing that those are potential side effects, like the eating, the appetite, the weight gain. They're
all potential side effects of
right.
all the...
And so then, that's not making you feel good. And, oh God, so do you change, what?
You just need to diet and exercise. And then, okay, so to diet, right? Count your calories. I get neurotic.
Yeah, then we've got the scale out, and we've got measuring cups absolutely everywhere, and...
Like, that's a whole other, addictive behavior. So, what do you do?
Well, and also, we have to balance being parents and being role models. And so, the kids can see us in the kitchen. It's on the main floor of the house, and they have a lot of questions about everything we're doing all the time. And so then, talking to them about healthy eating is one thing, and being role models and eating healthy, but then obsessing over it, not good. Not obsessing over it and eating too much junk, not good. We just always feel like we're screwed with the eating stuff with our kids, to make sure that we don't give them any bad habits
or complexes or any
right.
I never want our kids to have the relationship that I have with food, because it's exhausting. And how do you teach healthy eating when you really struggle to model it?
Yeah.
And it's not that we don't eat healthy. I feel like in general we eat pretty healthy. And so that's also frustrating because
fair. Yeah, because
I have gained
results. Yeah.
I have gained weight in the past and have been able to be like, yeah, okay, my eating habits are contributing clearly. But I feel like I definitely, the mindless eating has picked up, mainly with fruits. Go figure.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And
the kids just insist after we go to Hershey Park, and they go through that Treatville to give us...
Oh, yeah, the Reese's.
The treats that they don't like.
Or that they know that I like.
They just kind of force them on us. So there's that piece, too.
How do you say no to your 8-year-old with the big blue eyes? And, Mom, do you want a Reese's cup? Of course, I want the frickin' Reese's cup. I can't say no. Do I need 4? Probably not. Will I eat 4?
Then I'm like, here's
Probably.
The carrots.
I'm like, I like the Reese's cup.
Wrong
the Reese's
orange
cup
thing.
Give me more dopamine.
Right.
The sugar, it's its own reward. So I'm just feeling very stuck. And it's hard to be motivated to make changes when I feel like changes have not helped already. Or I went too far and I was measuring every single thing that I was consuming, and that was exhausting in its own way because I was thinking about it all the time.
Yeah.
And weighing myself every day, which I already know baseline isn't great for me. I don't know how to win.
Yeah, it's tough.
And then med changes, like if you do make a med change, which is on the table.
Yeah, you're going to ask for that.
You don't know necessarily that it's a good change or a bad change for several weeks.
And then it's several more weeks after that you would improve again if you noticed you felt like you were starting to go downhill. So that's a gamble this time of year. Definitely.
A huge gamble.
Mm-hmm.
I am a gambling person.
Speaking of gambling.
What? I like to roll the dice. Oh. But I feel like it's important for me to not make those decisions in a vacuum and like have you as a sounding board to make sure that I'm not making rash decisions,
Mm-hmm.
which you've already talked me out of several that I was like ready to do, like weight loss medication, which, I mean, it sounds great. Like, it sounds crazy. I've gained, I think, like around 20 pounds since a year ago. It's like 10 pounds since going to treatment.
I was going to say, but most of that 20, don't you think, is from the start of treatment on?
I'm about 10, 11, 12 pounds up from start of treatment. But I had started gaining about a year before because I think stress with work. Of course, I think I was binge eating more.
Yeah, and at night. Because you're so busy at work, you weren't really eating much. And then you come home, kind of like what we did today, where we were just insane with appointments. And then by 4 o'clock, I couldn't stop.
Well, and then I would start having blood sugar issues. So I wouldn't eat all day. I'd be fine because I was fasting for the most part, most days. And then I'd start eating. And then I'd start having low blood sugars, and I'd have to consume more to treat the blood sugars.
Which
So
that maybe doesn't make sense to some people. They probably think you're saying that wrong, but it's true because of how your system works.
yeah, it's most likely from the gastric bypass. So things would move through my digestive system a little quick and spike my blood sugar, and then I would dump insulin and too much insulin
And then
and go way low.
Which we've talked about, but
But I mean, I was not making sense.
and then to get it back up, you have to eat. But if you need to get it up quickly, you have to eat essentially sugar. So then you just go right back up to the high and back down to like it's like
It
chasing
was like a roller coaster, and no wonder I also didn't feel good, like physically.
Yeah. And it was always at bedtime. It's like just getting settled, and then it's an hour of chasing this roller coaster of blood sugars.
And I'd have to get it up with sugar,
Right.
but then I'd have to eat some protein so it wouldn't crash again.
Yeah.
And I don't think I tracked food intake much during that period of time.
Not at all.
Because I didn't want to know. But it was bad.
But then, even if you feel like you've gotten the eating thing back under control, my worry is always then like, what's next?
What's the next thing? I know. My worry too. And I guess that's where the hopelessness comes in, because like,
When does it ever just stop and I just feel
fine.
better?
Yeah. I remember having a conversation, I don't think we've talked about it on here, but I remember having a conversation, we were on the phone, and it was before treatment, and I was having really rough emotional days, and like, that's when we were talking about, I was feeling really depressed and like really anxious and having these suicidal ideations, and I was just like, how do you, I think I said something to the effect of like, I've always felt like this, and how do I encourage other people, like just even in my line of work as a mom, like eventually you'll feel better, you'll get better, when I'm here, 20 years later, 25 years later, and like Nope,
Not
don't
feeling
feel better.
better.
Like, how do you explain to somebody? Maybe you'll just live with.
Well, it was Bella.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
our teen.
that, and she said, you had said, how do we tell her it's possible you don't ever feel tip top all the time, or this just doesn't go away. The anxiety and the waves of depression, like, you're going to have to figure out how to get through the big lows and be happy during the times where you feel good, but it's not just going to go away. And that's probably the same. Although when I was at the family thing, they talked a lot about a 2-year mark, like 2 years to retrain the dopamine baseline, or I might be getting that wrong. But something around the 2-year mark should help alleviate some of this.
I don't even know if there's quite enough research out there to like have a definitive, but yeah, I remember hearing about 2 years.
But my question would be 2 years unbuzzed. Okay, but what does that mean? Because we've talked about it before. Your addictive personality has led to addictions that aren't necessarily frowned upon. Even at a time your addiction was working out, correct? And to some people they'll go, well, that's not a bad addiction, but
Right.
Yes, it is, depending on how you're using it. And so right now you said it's like kind of food, and then if that flip-flops back into working out, like, are you truly sober, I guess, is my question. If you're not having an addiction to
A substance.
something,
Right.
yeah, like, I guess it just...
I mean, I guess sober would be you're not using substances.
But still an addict.
Harm reduction. Okay, so what if you're addicted to exercising if you're not using? So what? For me, the obsessive thinking is so exhausting. Like, I don't want to be addicted to anything.
Because I think it weighs on you, and that's when you become more sad or more anxious. And you certainly get more anxiety with the repetitive thoughts too. And so I never know where I land in all of this. I just try to do my best of like, oh, you want a snack? Let's make a veggie plate.
Instead of the Reese's, let's have some vegetables.
Mind you, then I'm like,
with the
ranch, and I know I'm no dummy because we have calorie counted together.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just probably put like 4 Reese's peanut butter cups worth of ranch.
Harm reduction, though, right? Like, we are trading mostly sugar or all sugar for some sugar and vegetables.
Veggies.
It's all about balance, but when the way my mind works doesn't allow me to like naturally think of balance, how do I figure out what good balance is? I mean, talking about trying to eat a little healthier and moving more and, I'll try calorie counting again, but I won't measure everything, and I'll try to be a little lax. And then I freaked myself out because by lunch I had 1,200 calories.
And like healthy calories.
Healthy calories.
But still, we've talked when we've tried things in the past, like a calorie is a calorie based on what we were trying to do. I know there's a million different diet mindsets, but we were just simply like, hey, let's pick a number and stick to it. And if at the end of the night you have 500 left, then eat an ice cream. but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's just not a lot of quick answers for this for us.
Nope.
And
I wish there were. I like quick
float it
fixes. I really like quick fixes. But I think the scary part is like, well, one of many.
Mm-hmm.
When it becomes obsessive thinking about one thing, when does it flip to obsessive thinking about another thing?
Mm-hmm. And when are those not enough?
Mm-hmm. And also scary is like how much is subconscious, how much I don't even recognize that I'm doing it in the
Mm-hmm.
moment. It's just reflecting on my last week or the
Mm-hmm.
last few days. I'm like, oh, that's maybe what's happening. How do I recognize that earlier
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know what to do.
Recognizing would be a good first step.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any advice.
Hit me up.
Yeah, been down this road before or just anything.
I don't know, the mindless eating, trying to fill something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, folks, thank you for sharing another evening conversation with us. Whether you're living in recovery, exploring a sober, curious lifestyle, supporting a loved one, or simply taking a quiet pause at the end of your day, we're grateful you chose to spend this time here. If something we talked about tonight spoke to you, please consider liking and subscribing so we can continue to grow this community together. Wherever you are on your journey, we hope you've made it to another bedtime unbuzzed. Remember, there's an easier, softer way to live, and you never have to walk this path alone. Good night, and we'll see you next time on Unbuzzed at Bedtime.
Good night.
Good night.